Hey friends, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hopping in to do a little recap of the convention that we just got back from. I just got back on Sunday, so it's Wednesday now, and I thought I'd hop in here and just share and let you know of all the new things that are going on that maybe you missed. So if you're watching the replay, let me know. If you're live, hopefully I can see your comments. Lots of times in the past, whenever I do lives, I haven't been able to see comments. So hopefully I can see them, because if I do see them, if you have questions, I'd love to answer your questions as we go. Okay, so I've been going to convention, gosh, I don't even know which one of my conventions this was. Maybe 5 or 6 or so. I'd have to go back and kind of look. My first convention was right after when Wayne Dyer spoke at our convention, which I missed. And if you don't know Wayne Dyer, you should. Go on YouTube and type in Wayne Dyer and listen to some of his teachings. He's incredible. He's a spiritual teacher. He's passed away, but he is amazing. And he spoke at one of our conventions, and he said that what we have with the oils is a true gift from God, and literally God's essence in a bottle. So that hearing that from him is so special. But I missed that one, obviously. My mom, Kate, was there. But anyhow, I go every year because it's just an amazing time to go and see what's new with the company, what's new with the oils. And it's a great time for me personally to learn, to grow, to kind of quiet out all the distractions of life, refocus, regroup, and build new goals and kind of the path that I want to take for the year. And it's just an amazing place. Like, you're in Utah, so it's so different from what you're used to in your regular everyday life. You're in the mountains. There's a different energy. There's a different vibe. It's different. Anytime you take yourself physically out of your day-to-day and put yourself into a place that's different, it allows you to receive new perspective. It allows you to have a new view on life. It allows you to come back home and sort of, take a little shift. A little shift can project you in a completely different outcome, into a different result. Like I always say, like, you can't see the jar when you're in the label, you know what I mean? Like when you're in, or sorry, I said that wrong. You can't see the label when you're in the jar. Meaning, when you're in your day-to-day grind and you've got issues and problems and kids and responsibilities and work and so many things that demand of you in your every single day, and sometimes it's hard to see outside of yourself. It's hard to see any options that you could take, that you could make a change, that you could improve your health, that you could improve your relationships, that you could improve your finances. It's so hard to see those options because you're so, involved in those things that are pulling on you every day. So every once in a while, it's a really great idea to get outside of that jar that's your life, so that you can see the labels, so that you can gain some perspective, see things from a little bit bigger place. And so that's kind of what happens to me every year when I go to convention. And so I absolutely love it there. And of course, it's the home of Young Living. It's where it all started, and you get to see the roots, and you get to see the farm, and you get to see like everything that goes in behind the scenes. Like, there's just so much, it's so easy to complain and feel bummed out, like when your shipment doesn't come on time, or when an oil is on the pricier side, or just different things that sort of seem to get in our way that we can complain about. But then you go there and you see, like, there are thousands of people working so hard and doing all of the research, and the scientists that are there, and the labs and the farms, and like there's just so much that goes in. so many moving parts, and every single one of those people is thinking about you and thinking about how to get the products into your home quickly and how to keep them 100% pure, how to meet all the standards, how to exceed all the standards. And when you see all of that, it's really eye-opening, and it really makes you feel like, there's just so much to be grateful for, because there's so many people here that literally have my back and are watching out for me. They want me to grow. They want me to succeed. They want me to be healthy. They want me to be, the best version of myself. And they're dedicating their entire lives, their careers to do that. And, when you catch a glimpse of it, it's like really, really cool. It's really cool. So usually we go to the farm. This year we actually didn't go to the farm. I was with my mom and my dad, Peter. And so this year we decided to go to Tabiona instead and visit Gary's final resting place, which is at the Skyrider Ranch. The Skyrider Ranch is actually a really cool place. It's a house in the mountains. It's beautiful. You can go there. They have retreats. My husband Mike was there on a retreat with Gary Young. It was really special. They walked fire. They did all these cool, they shot guns and just did all these cool manly things. And I have a video of Gary Young saying hi to my two boys. So he stood with Mike and he said, "Hi, Alex and Matthew. This is Gary. I'm here with your dad." And it was just really, really special. So, but you can go there, and they have retreats. I know Jacob hosts retreats, Gary's son, and you can also go with your teams and host retreats on your own. So it's a really special place. It's also the place of Gary's final resting place. So his tombstone is there, and it's just really, really special. And you can go and feel the energy of the mountains of Gary. And I swear I could smell the oils distilling. I don't know if it was just in my head, but I kept telling my mom, I can smell the oils. It smells like the distillation of oils here, and there's no distillery there. So I don't know what that was, but I could smell oils distilling at the Skyrider Ranch. There's horses there. It's a beautiful place. So we spent an afternoon there. We kind of hiked around. There were a couple of employees that were working in the house, and they let us in. And they said, "Come in, come look around, make yourselves at home." So we got to look around. We got to ask some questions. There was there was an employee there, and we got to ask him some questions, and we got a little bit of behind the scenes. So that was really cool. So that place in Tabiona, if you ever are in the area, you can literally go on Google Maps and type in Young Living Skyrider Ranch, and it'll pull up, and you can go there. I don't know if it's open to the public all the time. I don't know if they just opened up the gates because of convention. You probably have to make some arrangements if you want to go there, but it's definitely there for the members to enjoy. So we did that on the first day. We saw some goat, the countryside is beautiful when you're driving up there. There was goats. You can see it if you go on my Facebook page, my personal page. I posted a couple of posts, and you can see the goats and just the scenic views that we got to see. So very, very nice. And then of course the following day is the opener, and it's convention. And when they do the openers, it's always just amazing, out of this world. Mary always sings the national anthem. They actually had fireworks indoors. We were in the Salt Palace, so we were in an enclosed space, and there was these fireworks going off, so that was cool. But she sings the national anthem, and then they do an opening show with Joseph and Jacob, the two sons, and they sing. And of course, Jacob's married now, so his wife Kate is also involved in the whole thing. So usually Mary comes out with her opera voice, and she's beautiful, and she's singing this beautiful song, and there's always a lot of meaning to the words that she's singing. It's always a theme to the convention, and this year was Ignite Your Fire, right? Am I saying that right? Was it Ignite Your Fire? And so she does the the song that she wrote. And as she's singing the song, Jacob, the older son, comes out with his wife Kate, and they're also singing like in this beautiful opera voice. And then it cuts over, and then there's Joseph, the youngest son. He's like 18, and he comes out rapping. And it's so cute. And then there's all these backup dancers, and they're all rapping. So there's like this opera and this rapping. So it's like the old and the new. And it's just like the two worlds, you know, come together. So that's always really, really cool. And then from there we have education. So we learn about the new products, and we learn a little bit about farms. And this year we had a lot of nice little clips from Gary. So we actually got to hear a lot of his talks from like way back in the day, and then all the way up to his last video that he recorded, which you can see those videos. I posted them on my Facebook, but you can also see them in the new app. So we have a brand new app for brand partners. It's called Young Living Essentials. Download it to your phone. It's free. If you're a customer, you won't be able to get the app. It's only for brand partners. But if you want to switch your account to a brand partner account, it only costs $1. So there used to be a brand partner kit that cost more to convert your account, but now they've brought it down to just $1, and I think eventually they want to phase it out. But for now, it's $1. So you can switch your account to a brand partner, and all that does, you don't have to meet any minimums or make any sales or anything like that. But what it does is it allows you to first have that app on your phone, which is really cool because there's a lot of educational stuff in there. So all these new videos and tools that they're coming out with, they want to put all that in one central place. So in the past, you know, things have been kind of scattered all over the place. It's sometimes hard to find all the information and all the graphics and the videos and the education, product education, pricing, you know, what's on a special this month, what's on promo this month, what am I getting for free, you know, all that type of stuff. What am I getting with my essential rewards? At what point do I go up to the next level of earning points back on my essential rewards? All that information sometimes gets lost and can get confusing. So they're keeping it all in this new app, but you do have to be a brand partner. And yeah, so that gives you access to all of that. And then if you do share your link, your referral link, if let's say your next door neighbor or friend or sister or somebody wants oils, have them order with your link. Like, don't just tell them, you know, go to youngliving.com and place your order. That's awesome. But have them order with your link, because you'll get like $50, depending on what they buy, you'll get like a $50 thank you check. So why not? You know, take advantage of that. They offer that, and it's free. Like, you don't have to, as I said, you don't have to have any minimum sales. You don't have to host big events. You don't have to do anything. But if you do share a referral link, like, this isn't just a coupon that you're getting, you're actually getting money into your bank account. So, and that's all on our website. Once you're transferred over to a brand partner, that's all on our website. There's a little thing that says Share YL. You click on that and it gives you a copy and paste link that you can share to someone and they can use. And when they place an order, you get commission, which is just like a win-win. And now they have brand new released a 10% coupon code. So for anybody that you refer personally, give them your referral code so that you can get your little commission money, but also give them the 10% off code, which is ShareYL. It's just the word all together, no space, ShareYL. When they type in ShareYL into their promo code, and if it's their very first purchase, they will get 10% off. And it doesn't matter what they buy. It doesn't matter if they get the old starter kits, the new starter kit, something different, whatever they add to their shopping cart, 10% off, which is really, really cool, because people are always asking me, do you have a code, a discount code? And I don't, which is kind of a bummer. I'm like, no, I don't, but it's a great deal, because it is. The premium starter kits are so discounted, so it is an amazing deal, but just having that code is just like so much better. So what's new? So we have a brand new kit, actually 3 brand new starter kits. It's called Make a Shift Kit. If you go into the app, you can watch the Make a Shift video that they will receive. When they receive their kit, it's very nicely packaged in this little white box. It is scented. The box is scented with lavender essential oil. So when they open their box, they're immediately going to smell lavender because it's infused in there. And then when they open it, it's like beautifully packaged. So it's just this nice presentation, like welcome to Young Living. And inside they have a diffuser that's just a special diffuser just for this Make a Shift kit. It's not available anywhere else. And then they'll have 2 roll-ons. And I can tell you from personal experience that this is probably the best thing that they could have put into a starter kit for a new person, because the 2 roll-ons that are in there are the gateway into this oily sort of world. Deep Relief roll-on and Stress Away Essential Oil roll-on. Those 2 oils are magic, because if somebody has pain on their body, discomfort, anything going on in the back, if they're working out and their muscles are sore, if their head is sore, if they have, their arms are sore here from the phone typing, you get this pain here along this, Deep Relief. You apply Deep Relief on somebody, they instantly have relief. I just had a woman message me last month because I was doing an event and I had donated a little set of oils for the raffle. And inside I put a Deep Relief essential oil, the roll-on. And she just messaged me, and I put my phone number in there and everything, so she had my so whoever won it could reach out. And she said, my husband has been struggling for months with a pain and nothing was working, and we have been applying that Deep Relief, and for the first time he is pain-free from that oil. So, and I hear stories like that all the time. So I know that Deep Relief is an amazing oil for somebody who doesn't know oils, doesn't know how to use them, and doesn't know how they work. But when they apply that, they have results. So I'm so excited that that's in there. And then of course the Stress Away oil, because everybody's stressed. Let's face it, I'm gonna drink some tea. Sorry. We're all experiencing high levels of stress, every single one of us. So the Stress Away oil is just a no-brainer. But then also in that kit, you get Thieves, Lavender, Purification, and Peppermint. So it's like the staples. It's like the universal oils that, they're not the crazy, like expensive ones, but they are very effective. They're universal. You're going to have so many. It's like an everyday kit. It's just like the oils that you would take with you if you're going out of town. It's those everyday things that you need pretty much every day. Thieves, I'm always using Thieves to the bottoms of the feet and in the diffuser to keep our immune system strong. If I'm traveling, it's a must, because anytime that you travel, your immune system tends to get a little bit weakened. You're surrounded by a lot of, activity and germs. And so Thieves is a must. Diffusing it in the hotel room as soon as we get in. Lavender helps you sleep better, helps you sleep longer and deeper. It also is amazing for if you're out in the sun. So if you're on vacation and you get too much sun, you need to apply lavender immediately when you get back to your room. It helps with peeling, so you're not peeling as much, and it helps just to get that redness away. So the next morning you wake up and you're brown. Like the redness just goes away instantly. My son had a friend over couple weeks ago. They went to the beach. He got really burnt. He's very fair skinned, and he was just a mess. And he was himself loading himself up with lavender. He loved it. I gave him a little bit to try. He loved it so much. He was applying it all that day. He slept over, so he was applying it all night, basically into the next morning, and he absolutely loved it. And he looked amazing the next day. He looked so much better, and he looked bad. I was a little worried because I was like, oh my goodness, this boy is in trouble, and he was in pain. So the lavender oil, just incredible. And then of course he went home and told his mom all about our oils, and I showed him our drawer, because we have a whole drawer of oils, and he was so amazed. But anyway, that's off topic. Okay, purification is amazing for purifying. It's similar to Thieves. When my boys were little, I used to diffuse Thieves and Purification kind of back and forth on rotation, because they're similar but different, but they're both just good for getting gunk out of your environment and purifying the air, cleansing the air. And purification is also very good in the summertime, like for mosquitoes and little gnats and little no-see-ums and little bugs and everything, because it's got those oils in there that that those bugs don't like, so they stay away from you. So you can diffuse it on your porch, on your patio when you're outside, or just apply it to yourself when you're out and about, to prevent getting bitten. And if you do get bitten, you can also apply a little purification or a little lavender right on the bite just to soothe it. And then peppermint. Peppermint is like a pick-me-up. It's a wake-me-up. It's kind of the opposite of lavender. Lavender helps to get you to fall asleep. Peppermint helps to wake you up. So you can use that every single day, for energy, for clearing your sinuses, all of that. So this little kit is just amazing. It's perfect. And when someone gets it in their little box, there's going to be a little code in there that they can scan with their phone. And when they put their camera thing to the phone, to the code, it'll pull up this awesome video. It's just a short little clip, and it's about make the shift from toxic living, toxic chemicals, toxic cleaners into this natural world of natural cleaners, natural products that are not going to bog you down and make you sick, clog up your liver. But it's a short clip, but it's like moving, it's emotional, it's awesome. It's really cool. And so the new person will scan that and they'll get to see that. And then there's education and all kinds of stuff. So that's the Make a Shift kit, but there's also 2 other Make a Shift kits. If they're not into oils, or if it's not oils that they want, there's one for Ningxia, which comes with a box of the Ningxia sachets, those little travel sachets. It also comes with Ningxia Nitro, which is the vitamin B booster, which gives you energy. I can tell you something. I gave up coffee a few months ago. I feel the Ningxia Nitro big time now, how much power it has. So before I was drinking a ton of coffee, and I basically just decided to give it up. I basically just decided it wasn't serving me anymore. And I don't know, something just told me, like, you don't want this in your body anymore. I feel such a great difference. I told my mom over convention, I said the 2 best decisions I ever made in my life were, number 1, to start using the oils and give up over-the-counter stuff that we were using all the time when we were sick all the time. And number 2 was when I decided to stop drinking coffee. And I'm not telling you to stop drinking coffee, but I am saying that I feel so incredibly good. It's like I couldn't have even imagined how much better I could feel. And so now when I do smell my oils, and if I need a pick-me-up, if I do take a Ningxia Nitro, I feel it. It like really works. It's amazing. So that kit, that Nitro, or that Ningxia kit, comes with the Nitro, and then it also comes with orange and lime, 2 essential oils. Those 2 oils are also very, like, they have the compounds that are exactly for that, to pick you up, to make you feel happier, to make you feel more awake. All those citrus oils, they have that effect. If you're feeling kind of down and sluggish and like you're losing your purpose, or you're losing your way, and you're not really sure what you need to be doing with yourself, get out a citrus essential oil, whether it's lemon, orange, tangerine, grapefruit, or any one of those, and literally just like open the bottle, just like this, and deep, deep inhales. Those oils are amazing, and I promise it's like instant. It's like instant. One of the things that happened to me when I was feeling kind of down and low and in the dumps a few years ago, and I called my mom and I was kind of telling her, and she was like, well, what are you diffusing? And I said, well, I'm not diffusing anything. We were in the middle of a move. My diffusers were like all packed up. I didn't even have it out. And she said, well, get your diffuser and start diffusing it. So I got my diffuser out, and it was filthy, because I hadn't used it for a while, and it had like all this gunk around it and stuff. And I was like, geez, I better clean this thing. So what's good for cleaning gunk? Lemon. So I take out my lemon oil and I'm cleaning my diffuser, just rubbing the lemon oil all around there. So it's getting all in my fingers, and I'm smelling it, and it's all cleaning up nicely. Everything's coming off great. And I just started to feel better. I was like, I'm like feeling happier. I'm feeling more energy. Like, I haven't even got my diffuser going yet, and I'm already feeling better. So I called my mom and I said, does lemon have some kind of properties for like antidepressant or something? Because I'm like just feeling so much better. I haven't even turned the diffuser on. And she was like, yeah, look in your book. So I looked in my book. Sure enough, lemon oil is super powerful. So just the act of cleaning my diffuser already got me out of the dumps. So anyway, those two citrus oils are in there. So that's pretty cool for someone that's brand new. They're just very nice. You know, they're nice oils too. They like refresh the air. They smell so good. You can put a couple drops on the mats in your car. You can put a couple drops on the inside of your toilet paper, you know, the brown tube that's in the toilet paper. Put a couple drops of orange on that. Keeps your bathroom smelling fresh. So those are very nice oils. And then another Make a Shift kit, the final one, is the Thieves one. And there's some Thieves products in there. And all of those kits are $112. So it's a very nice starting point. They wanted to bring down the point of entry for a new person to around $100 because they've done research on this and they found that that's sort of the magic number that people are willing to invest into something new that they're not quite sure yet. They're just testing it out, trying it out for themselves, and that price point of $100 is where they want it to be. So that's what is the purpose of these kits. And if you give them your 10% off code, your ShareYL code, it will be $100 from $112. It'll bring it down to $100. So that's that. Then we also had at a convention, we had the bargain tent, which is, if you ever go, that is like one of the reasons to go, is because you'll get stuff like 50% off, 60% off. Like I got Bloom, I got lotions, I got some branded different things, cups and things. I got a lot of stuff. I got some Savvy. So, and you know, Savvy's going away, which we're so sad about, but I was able to snag some on sale at the bargain tent. We got Zing for $15 a case. Okay, I don't want to brag because I'm sorry that you're not going to have that price. But if you go to convention, you can go through the bargain tent, which is really cool. You also get to go through the expo. The expo is where they have every single product that's available in our catalog. You can try it, smell it, taste it, check it out, feel it. They had the Monarch butterflies there. You know, we have the whole Monarch butterfly thing. It's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of testing. They actually had butterflies. Like they actually had a thing like it was like a netted little tunnel that you would go through, and there were all these butterflies flying around. They were landing on us, so that was really cool. And then they also have representatives from every single farm, so you can see and learn about every single farm all around the world, what goes on over there, how they do what they do. You can actually meet the managers that manage those farms. You can ask them questions. You can take videos of them. You know, they'll tell you things that you want to know. You can take videos and then share back with your friends. So that's really neat. You also get to see a lot of the science and the testing. And like, if you're into that stuff, there's just so much that you can learn. You can go to the corporate office as well and walk through the Gary Young Museum and see like how everything started. When you go to the farm, you can see the distillation process. You can see there's a store there. There's so much. There's jousting, of course. Jacob does jousting like Gary used to do, so that's just something fun. But you can take pictures in the lavender fields, and just the biggest part of it though for me is just like sitting in the space of that energy, because it's such an energy of it's an energy of like what can be possible when you plant a seed with passion and you watch it grow into something huge. Like you think of Gary Young, he started out as like a farmer in a one-room house. That's how he grew up in the mountains. They had a like dirt for a roof. So when his mom was making dinner, she would have to cover the table with like a sheet before everyone got to the table, because the dirt would come down and land on the table. So he grew up poor and not with a lot, you know. And now you look at this corporate headquarters, and it's just one of the most amazing buildings I've ever seen in my life. And I lived in Chicago. There's a lot of amazing architecture in Chicago, and like this is one of the most incredible buildings. And then you look at the farm and you see what they've built up there, and you look at all the other farms that are represented there at Expo, and you see all what's going on in all these different parts of the world and how they're helping local farmers. Like they're actually, so when they put their farms in these remote parts of the world, they're helping the entire communities there. They're involving the families that live there. They're helping them to grow their economies. And so it's just, so you think where he started and where everything is now, and you're in this space, you're like physically with your own 2 feet in the space, it's kind of like a download. It's kind of like the energy just kind of like comes through into your body, you know, and it gives you this sense of something greater than yourself. And you start to think, what is greater than me? That can start just from a tiny little seed of an idea in my head, like Gary, just a tiny little idea, a big idea that he had in his head that grew and manifested into all of this. And so it's very special, and you can tap into that. The same thing happened to me when I went to St. Mary's farm in Washington. Like I feel like the ground just vibrates. Like you just want to take your shoes off. And same thing in Ecuador. You just want to take your shoes off and stand and feel the energy. It's physically vibrating, and you feel it and you absorb it and you take it home with you, and then you pass it on to others. And it's just like amazing. It really is. So that's that. Then now let's talk about the new products. Hold on. Let me see if I have any questions. Okay. So let's talk about new products. First, we have the green omega-3s. Green omega-3s are replacing the previous omegas that we had. They are new and improved. So basically the way they described it is we're going to cut out the middleman. So before we were taking it from the fish, now we're taking it from the algae that the fish are eating. So we're cutting out the fish, we're taking it straight from the algae, and it's a better formula because it's going to have higher levels of the omegas that you want, but without the fishy aftertaste, without the fishy burps, and without having to use the fish. So we're going to leave the fish alone, and we're going to take it right from the algae, and it's vegan, and so it's better. So omegas are just, you can do some research on what the omegas are amazing for, but the one thing is they're really great for your skin, especially if you have dry skin. It's one supplement that I always take with vitamin C. Those are kind of like sisters. You take your omega and your vitamin C together. It's so good for your skin. Then we have the daily prebiotic fiber. Now, basically, this isn't really a new product, but what it is, it's the ICP, which you might be familiar with. It's rebranded, and it's now basically telling people what it does. Because before ICP, I don't know what that means, but daily prebiotic fiber. You know that, and you know that we all need more fiber, right? I think 90% of Americans are not getting enough fiber in their diets. So that is very important to be taking every single day. Then, of course, we have our Ignite oil, which is the convention oil. Every year there's a blend that's special for the convention, and it's special for the theme of the convention. So this year's oil is Ignite. So if you feel like you need to ignite the flame in your life and in yourself, and move boldly towards your purpose, towards something that you're meant for, that's greater than you. If you ever felt like maybe you're playing small, maybe there's more for you, maybe you could be impacting more people, maybe you have more energy than you think that you have, maybe there's something dormant inside of you that's just waiting to burst open, and the real you, the real higher version of you can start coming out and serving the world and serving your family and serving yourself so that you can feel better and do more. And this is the oil that you need. This is the oil that you need to start your morning with. Smell it in the morning. Start your morning with an intention. Start your morning with a positive affirmation, with what you wish to accomplish. This doesn't have anything to do with what you think you can accomplish. See, a lot of people get mixed up when they're setting their goals, when they're setting up their dreams. they get really mixed up because they think that they have to set their goals within the parameters of what's possible, of what they think they can do, of what they think that they can imagine the how. Like, how do I do that? How do I impact, more people? How do I create more wealth? How do I create health in my life? How do I create harmony in my home? How do I build more relationships, better relationships? So we get stuck in this how, because as I said before, you're in the jar, you're not seeing the label, and you're kind of stuck, and you can't see the how. And because you can't see the how, it becomes difficult for you to imagine anything bigger than where you're currently at. But if you could just put the how to the side, don't even think about it, don't even wonder about it, because the how always shows up for you. The way, the path always will show up if you set your intention of what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, not the how. So you wake up in the morning, you use your Ignite oil, and you think, what could happen? What could be possible? What could I imagine? What could be a possibility in my life, a turning point, something bigger, something greater, something amazing? And just sit in that imagination for a little bit. If we imagine the worst case scenario all the time, right? A lot of us live in fear, and we just have a lot of fear. We have a lot of things that we worry about. A lot of people struggle with a ton of anxiety. Why? Because they're sitting in the imagination of the worst possible outcome. What could go wrong? This is your anxiety. But what if you just sat in the imagination of what could go right? What could be perfect? What could be incredible? What could be like just out of this world? Something that could benefit me and every single person that I know, and people that I don't even know, people that I will never even meet. And I could somehow, some way impact them, make their lives better. Like if you could sit in that imagination for just a few minutes every single morning with your Ignite oil, you would see miracles happen in your life. This is what Gary did. I mean, imagine, how does a farmer with zero to no resources, he was injured too. He was in that logging accident, so he was injured. So he was in physical pain. So he had financial pain, physical pain, all of the things. Not having resources, not having access to any type of media or anything like that. So how does a person go from that to what you see today, to the massive company, billion-dollar company, millions of people served at this point? Like, do you see the gap? How huge? How huge is that gap for it to go from here to here in one lifetime? And the way that you get there is through the mind. It's through the imagination of your mind. Your mind, your thinking, is your most precious resource. It is the starting point to anything that can be built, that can be invented, that can be grown. It first has to start in the imagination of a person. And so what do? Oftentimes, most of the time, we're distracted. We're distracted. Like, you might have a dream, you might have a thought, you might have this inkling, but then you're distracted not only by the things that are demanding on you in your life, your obligations. That's one thing. But also those distractions that we invite in willingly by just scrolling aimlessly on social media, by watching different little funny clips, scary clips, news that brings us down, other videos, other posts. We're just in this world of media. And media is a great tool, and we should all use it and utilize it, but it can also harm us a lot because it distracts us from that seed that's trying to grow within our imagination when we first plant it there, but then we're distracted and we're spread too thin because we're not staying focused on that thought, on that imagination, on nurturing it so that it can bloom into something. Instead, we're really diluted with all of the distractions, and our brains are going here, there, and everywhere else. And that is the downfall of every dream, is the distraction. And so the way that Gary, and when you watch him, and when you watch how he lived his life, the way that he was able to get from here to there is he dedicated his every thought, his every move, his every action into the dream that he had. That's why he was in the farms. That's why he was on the tractors. That's why he was getting up at 4 a.m. and building the distillations and traveling to all the places where the new farms were going to go. And he was so hands-on and he was so involved. And so it was physical with his hands-on, it was mental in his imagination, and it was all he focused on. He never allowed himself to get diluted into all these different distractions. And that is how you build something great. By staying focused, by staying in your imagination first, and then physically doing, and never looking over to what anyone else is doing. No one else's path is going to be your path. Your path is just your path. And so when you stay focused and you stay in yourself, mindfulness, smelling your oils, asking for guidance, asking for the next right step, creating those imaginations in your mind of what you would love to see in your life. Not worrying about the how, just the what. And staying there as much as possible. And, you know, I know you have your obligations. I have them too. But staying there as much as possible and really treating your brain like this most precious commodity, like not letting it get tainted by all of this junk that's everywhere, all of the things that are trying to grab your attention and take little pieces of your brain, little pieces of your attention, little pieces of your most precious resource. You have to guard it with everything. This is how you will make changes in your life. This is how you'll see miracles in your life. So that's the Ignite oil. long description of one small oil. And then next is the Valor oil. Oh my God, you guys. I had now realized, I knew they changed the formula on Valor. Valor was the oil that, you know, Valor Gate happened, like everything went out of stock because everybody wanted Valor and then they couldn't keep up with it, and then they had to stop making it because the rosewood was an endangered plant and all of those things. So they changed the formula, and I still love Valor, and I think Valor is great, and I didn't really even notice that much the formula change. But when I smelled now, the original Valor is back. I smelled it at convention. Oh my gosh, goosebumps. It just brought me back. It brought me back to the beginning when I first got introduced to the oils, and that oil, the smell of the oil is incredible. So that's really, really exciting. If I would say anything to get from this list, get the original Valor. It is an incredible oil. It's an oil that is supposed to help you find your courage, help you find your footing in the world, and move forward boldly and confidently in the direction of your dreams. That is the oil. It's amazing for kids. It's amazing for every single one of us. So that is back. Then we have the Mango Lip Balm and the Mango Lotion. So if you're familiar with the Simplified Kit by Jacob and Kate, there's an oil in here called Tropical Mango, and that is the scent that will have, yes, the Valor immediately lifts you up. That is the scent that they've now created, the Mango Lip Balm and the Mango Lotion. So if you love this scent, you're gonna love that lotion. I will say that I liked it, but I will say that I think you get more bang for your buck with the Luscious Lemon Lotion, or like the Sensation Lotion, or the Lavender Lotion. Those are kind of my favorites. The Mango Lotion, if you love the scent, you'll like it. It wasn't my favorite. So I love everything Young Living, but not everything is my favorite thing. So that's one of those things. But try it and you tell me what you like. I did love how it smelled though. I will say it did smell very, very nice. I just think you get a lot more bang for your buck with some of the other lotions. So that one's out. And then of course the Imu gummies. They're an elderberry Imu gummies. Those are just like little squares. They're like little gummy bears. They taste really good. They're sweet. They don't have any added sugar, but they are very sweet in taste. And they're good. They're great for kids. They're great for adults. They're great for, you know, we have like an elderberry rage out here in South Carolina. I don't know why. Everybody always raves about elderberry stuff. I love, of course, the wolfberry, the goju berry, because I love Ningxia. But I'm excited to see how adding the Imu gummies to my Ningxia, my daily Ningxia, is going to even improve our health even more. We'll definitely be trying it and taking it, and I'll let you know how that goes. Of course, I'll offer my feedback. And then one last thing that they did offer us was the Deep Spectra essential oils. They're in little blue bottles. And what that is, so it's not available for sale yet. We were able to get it at convention. But what it is, it's basically a new technology for distilling oils. So they know that with what we distill and the process of distillation, they already know that the length of time matters, the temperature matters on how much constituents we're getting out of that oil and how many properties and healing properties and different things that we're able to pull out of that oil or out of that herb plant based on the process. So they've adjusted the processes and they've improved the processes over the years so that we could pull as much of those good molecules out that you want, that are those therapeutic properties that you want. So when you smell an oil like from the grocery store, it might smell very similar to our Young Living oil, but it's not going to contain all of those therapeutic healing properties because they don't use the same processes that we use. And a lot of the processes, they take longer, they're more expensive, they're a bigger pain in the butt, but they are done so that that oil has that power that it can have. But they know that there are still more molecules and more nutrients that can be pulled out of these plants that we have not yet been able to pull. Even with our advanced process that we have, there's still more molecules that can be pulled. And so what they're testing and what these Deep Spectra oils are is a brand new process where they're distilling using essential oils. And they have discovered that by doing that, they can pull more power from the plant. And it's really amazing. So there's a frankincense one, which is just like out of this world. Smells so good. It's just like goosebumps, tingles. Kate says that we drove 18 hours from convention on those gummies. Didn't stop to sleep. I got more energy for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to try them. I only tasted one, but I haven't really incorporated it into my routine. So I'm still waiting for I flew, so I didn't get my products to go. I had them shipped. So I'm still waiting for my package. So there's the frankincense, Deep Spectra oil, there's a coriander sandalwood, and there's an orange cacao. So more info coming on that. If you get yourself to convention next year, I will say that you probably will learn more about this, and I'm assuming that they will have some more products and just some more basically information on that whole Deep Spectra line. But that is something exciting because that is something that's proprietary. It's special just to Young Living, and a lot of research is going into this. And so it is something very, very cool that you can know that behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going on, and there's a lot of innovation going on. And with Jacob and Joseph, sort of carrying on the legacy. I know a lot of people were worried when Gary passed away. A lot of people were worried that what would happen, and what would happen with the product, and what would happen with our quality. And I can I can sincerely say that I'm not worried. The company is in amazing hands. Mary is there overseeing. Jacob and Joseph are there learning, and Jacob actually wore Gary's shoes on stage. So he's physically walking in Gary's shoes and carrying the company to the next level and carrying out that vision that Gary had so many years ago. Oh, and the foundation raised so much money too. They all shaved their heads. So they said if they raise $100,000, they'll all shave their heads. And we only had like 15,000, I think, going into convention, and they raised all that money during convention by all the people that were there and all the people at home that were using the link. And so and they all shaved their heads, so that was really cool. And the foundation is doing really amazing things. They're saving kids from slavery, and they're reuniting their families, and they're feeding so many families and kids, and they're helping kids in Uganda, and I mean just all over the world, and in the US. They're helping kids in the US as well. So the foundation, just know that every single dollar that you donate, when you round up your orders and you're donating a couple dollars, or if you're sponsoring a child in Ecuador, just know that every single penny actually goes to those kids. And Young Living covers all of the administrative costs, and all of your donations are making a big difference. So thank you for donating and for being a part of the community, because it's really something amazing to see when you're at convention. So get yourself to the next convention. It'll be next year in July. I didn't write down the date. Maybe somebody can write the date in the comments, but I think it's like July 12th or something. But we'll be there. I plan on going with my family, with my boys. My boys were there when they were little. I plan on showing them now that they're older, so that they can see what they are a part of. Because as you know, as a whole family, we're a part of this and all the great things that Young Living is doing in the world. I really want them to see that and bring that back home and share with their friends. So that's all. That's all I have for now. This was supposed to be a short live, and it ended up being 1 hour, so I'm sorry, but I hope that there was a piece of it that impacts you, that helps you to move forward, that helps you to see your higher potential, because it's there just waiting for you to tap on it and give it permission to come out. That's all. It's just been there all along. Your perfect health, your perfect wealth, your perfect abundance, your perfect relationships, your perfect, joyous, wonderful, adventurous life has been there all along, waiting for you just to tap it on the shoulder and say, I'm ready, and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to play big and play all out and live life the way it was meant to live, which is fully and joyously. So thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye.